What? Ooh, I hit the wrong button. What is going on, everybody? Welcome. Happy November and happy. A lot of things that are changing this month, right? In a really, really good way. I am very, very excited for the future and what this means for you and everybody else. And first and foremost, thank you for the happy partner anniversary. I had no idea at all what that. I didn't know. I don't even actually know how long I've been partnered. I think it's actually only a year. I actually don't think I've been partnered very long because I got Partner Plus right after that. But thank you very much for all the happy partner anniversaries and all that sort of stuff. Guys, I'm excited. I told you this was coming, and it's going to be a really, really cool month. And I'm very, very excited about a partnership that we're doing. It's my birthday on your partnerversary. Oh, today's your birthday, Figment? Dude, if anybody deserves it, it's Figment. She knows that. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Figment. Happy birthday to you. She's awesome, man. I love Figment, and so happy birthday to you, Figment, and it's super good to have you guys here. Anyway, very, very excited, not only for the next year or so, but just in terms of what this means for live streams and all that other stuff, but also just a really, 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 really neat opportunity for you guys, which is cool. It's not acoustic folk music. It's actually called the Vibe of Fall. So we're trying, like, again, I think one of the things that I was talking to Brian about, and Brian was like, you know, we need to kind of mix it up. And we were listening to like the same electronic music the whole time, and I was like, look, we just got finished with the Halloween stuff, so we're just trying out some of the other playlists to see if we can find something else cool. So we'll try and create some more opportunity for you guys to vote on stuff like that. And if we can make it better, then we'll make it better. So yeah, we'll just have to kind of see. First and foremost, I want to say, anyway, welcome. Welcome to Robeytech. I am your host, Justin Robey, and we build PCs and try and do really, really amazing stuff here on the channel. We've been doing more gaming, we've been doing more streaming, and today, like, we wanted to take this opportunity this month to try and just make it a bigger blessing to you guys as well. And the way that we're starting this, and I wish I could take credit for this, but I want to give a huge shout out, obviously, to Zach TechTuber, and also to the team over at, oh my gosh, Brent and UFD Tech, this is something they've been doing. What it is, it's a monthly PC giveaway, and the way that you essentially get in on this is you just got to watch. So all you got to do is watch, and you are currently right now, if you are joining us, you are currently earning points towards this PC giveaway. And so I'm going to bring it up right here. This is the worldwide PC giveaway. We are actually partnering with Falcon Northwest. So not only are you getting a PC, you're getting a baller PC. We're talking about you can win a 265K RTX 5080 frag box from the team over at Falcon Northwest. And so all you got to do is you got to watch. But there are more ways to earn points. And yeah, Falcon Northwest is in the channel. Holy crud, Kelt's already here. And the way that this works is it is a worldwide giveaway, but only shipping to the United States is covered. So if you are outside of the United States and you win this PC, you got to cover all the stuff, and then we will work with you can help us get it to you. But outside of that, if you were in the United States, and you're essentially covered. But this is the way that this works, okay? Basically, all you got to do is watch, and we're going to basically be highlighting you. I'm going to show you the Falcon Northwest PC. We're going to walk through it here in a minute. But we're giving away a frag box this month. We're going to be doing another frag box in December, and then we'll be giving away a Tiki in January. So the more you watch, the more points you earn. And let's talk a little bit about how you earn points. Basically, if you are a subscriber and you are a subscriber here at Robeytech.com, or sorry, Robeytech.com, twitch.tv/Robeytech, you basically are earning 2 times the points as you watch. So for every 10 minutes that you watch, you essentially earn 10 points. Every time you earn 100 points, you can essentially purchase a ticket right here at the Stream Elements site, and that will get you an entry in. If you subscribe, whether that's a subscription, if you subscribe now or resub or whatever, every time you do that, you get 500 points. That's 5 entries right there. And then if you do tipping, you get 100 points for every $1 tip. So if you wanted to buy $5 in tickets, then you would do 5 entries, it would be $5. Same thing goes for bits as well. So you can purchase to get up. There are a maximum of 100 tickets that you can purchase every month. So if you wanted to get to a maximum of your 100 entries, you can win this beautiful Falcon Frag box from the team over at Falcon Northwest. That I'm going to be surprised, guys. Next week we'll actually be showing it here on the stream. In every game stream, you guys will see the frag box. I'll be playing on the frag box. So for the Arc Raider streams, for keyboards and gaming, the frag box will be here, and something that you'll be able to see the performance of. We'll have some shorts on it. We'll be promoting it, all that sort of stuff. So this is all it is. All you got to do is be here. If you're watching right now, you're earning points, and then all you got to do is log in. We're going to drop that in here. So you guys can essentially go and see the actual system and jump over to the website and go from there. Now, there's obviously we're going to give some little bonus opportunities from here to here, from between here and there, to potentially earn some additional tickets. But this is the way that you do it. All you got to do if you want to get bonus sub. If you want to if you don't have any money, great, all good. Just watch. Just be here for all the streams, and we're not going to be doing anything like 24-hour streams or anything like that. It's when I'm alive. Be here, guys, and that'll give you your best opportunity to essentially earn points. So anyway, pretty cool, and it is worldwide. Essentially, again, like I said, if you want to enter worldwide, you will have to pay tariffs and you will have to pay shipping. So just remember that. Because this is not a cheap system. So just remember that when you're going and entering this. But if not, we'll find a cool thing for you to do if you can't afford the system stuff from there. No 24-hour streams. Yeah. So anyway, that is what's going on. And again, huge shout out to Falcon Northwest for sponsoring these, at least for the next 3 months. And then we'll see what happens beyond that, right? But through January on my birthday, which I'm actually really excited about, because my birthday month we're actually going to be. Oh, I'm not done with this. For my birthday month, we'll actually be giving away Tiki, which I'm actually pretty excited about. No, it's just like some people, they run 24 hours, so it's like it might show old episodes and stuff like that, which give an opportunity. I'm not going to do anything like bloating our viewership. I want you guys to be here when I'm live, and again, we're sticking really hard to our schedule to make sure that you guys know that, hey, here's your opportunity to come and win. So game streams, again, you're getting opportunity to basically win on game streams and all that sort of stuff as well. Zenu, thank you very much for the gifted sub. We're already at a hype train. Shemu Lover, thank you also for the sub. BPS, all of you guys are earning points right now towards winning that PC, which is actually pretty cool. Okay, so any questions? Did I do a good job? I wasn't really paying attention to chat. I was just trying to make sure I got through the speech correctly and did a good job of kind of explaining it. But yeah, can I do you can do a dad joke today. Yes, today is a perfect day for dad jokes because this is just a normal live stream. But again, please make sure you give love to Falcon Northwest. Now, let me show you real quick. This is the system that we're doing here. So we're over here at Falcon Northwest's website, and the one that we're giving away this month, so if you go to menu, and you go to desktops, and then you go to frag box, we're gonna configure a frag box. So here's the frag box we're doing. We're doing Intel Core Ultra system right here. And then the power supply, everything else is staying the same, but the processor, we're doing the Intel Core Ultra 7 265K, so that's gonna be there. And then for the video card, you will actually be getting an RTX 5080 FE. So this was, talking with Kelt. He was like, look, I want to, if you're going to game an Arc Raiders and all these other stuff, you want to make sure you had a system that was well worth it. So that's your giveaway price right there. That's what you guys are actually have the opportunity to win. So whether that's $5 a sub or whatever, you could walk away with a $4,400 system. And then that's the whole thing. It also comes with the 2 terabyte NVMe drive, comes with Windows 11 Pro. It's got a KC3000 2 terabyte NVMe drive, 1000 watt PSU, and it comes with Windows 11 Pro. Not to mention, you also get all of the benefits that come with it as well, because we'll let Kelt know who actually owns the system. So that person will get the customer support, which allows it's the 24-hour. Like you get 24-hour. You get the mailing. If you have a system and they can't figure it out, you can mail. They'll have you expedite mail it back to them. You do get all of the stuff in terms of their. By the way, their customer service support, their email customer service support is next level, right? So you also get access to that as well. And not to mention, you get all of the other benefits of having a Falcon Northwest system, including their coffee, their mug, and obviously all of the other benefits as well. So it is a very, very, very cool system. I'm really excited to get to partner with them. I'm hoping this is something we will continue to do. If you guys watch, if our viewership grows, all that stuff, as it continues to get better, you'll have a better chance of winning as well. And that's not to mention we're still going to do the other giveaways and all that sort of stuff at the same time as well. So go hit those like buttons, all that sort of stuff. Now, I will say, if you're watching on YouTube or you're watching on Facebook, the only place to earn points is over at Twitch. Unfortunately, that's just kind of the way the whole system works. So please make sure you move over to twitch.tv/Robeytech. You can leave the YouTube up as well, but Twitch is where you're going to earn the points as well. And honestly, he's not wrong. It's the best warranty in the business. So yeah, I cannot be more proud of getting the chance to actually have somebody so awesome sponsor our stuff. And Falcon Northwest dropping 10 gifted subs. Those are 10 people who just got 500 points apiece, right? So there you go. There is even more people who are essentially winning. The hype train's going. We just hit level 4 and they just gave away 10-1. So yeah, he's got to make sure people watch. So yeah. Thank you guys for joining. Thank you guys for hanging out. And again, huge shout out to Falcon for hooking us up. And Tim Zen2, thank you very much for the resub as well. Okay, so now, I think I actually went through, I showed the system, I showed the configuration, I showed how to enter. Now do you have any questions? So they're awesome. So yeah, gifted subs. Oh, Landsworth dropping 10 gifted subs to people. So there we go, even more. Robe, since you've been wearing mechanic shirts for the last 3 years, you ever think about getting some long sleeve mechanic shirts so you can roll the sleeves up sometimes? I don't know if they make long sleeve mechanic. Maybe they do. I mean, to be honest, I think I've always just seen them kind of like the short sleeve version, so I'm not sure. So yeah. Guess what? I'm on my computer. You built me right now, and I'm still dialing it in. That's awesome, Braxel. And thank you very much to Falcon Northwest for hyping up the train. Also to Landsworth, and of course to Zenu, who's like our dude. Zenu's just, man. Thank you, Zenu. You're awesome. Okay, I'd love to get a vote. Let us know over on Discord if you think long sleeve mechanical shirts. We are working on that stuff. We have like a way to do it. I'll let Brian kind of chime in on that because he's the one who was kind of chat about this.
Yeah, I take over merch. So, but you know, long sleeves in here, it's not overly hot, but it's not usually cold in this room either. So
yeah,
you know, I'm sure Robey thinking about wearing a long sleeve is not his favorite.
Yeah, it is. It's actually pretty warm when you're doing PCs and you have all of the stuff around us. So yeah, Blondie, as far as I know, as long as you're subbed, you can go look over at the website, and you should, if you log in, you should be able to see how many points you've earned and stuff like that. So if you have points, you should be able to see all that stuff on the website. So I don't see why it wouldn't. I think it's any sub, no matter how you got the sub, you still get the entry, but I could be wrong. You know, this is me learning a little bit here. So far, I've earned no points, but yeah. Oh, apparently people are entering and buying tickets. So it is working. Like just looking at the thing, people are getting tickets and earning points. So there you go. 3 people. If I chose the winner right now, there would be a 1 in 3 chance of them entering. So there you go. So it's already going, right? So there you go. And, you know, again, I do know this is something, you know, again, I've seen Zach TechTurf and UFD Tech. This is the way, I don't know if UFD does it this way, but Zach does it. People seem really happy with the way that the system goes. And again, all you got to do is watch. So, and then the points, I don't know if it's them who are getting it or whatever it was. No, because if the Fifth Lament, I think those are Twitch points. I don't think those are the Streamlabs points. So you can check on the website. But go in there. If I want a piece on Intel, am I ineligible for winning things with this new system? So Lord Pansington, no, that is an Intel thing. For this new ones, all that stuff is reset. So yeah, those are from Botrix, not from the Streamlabs. So Blondie will see. We're going to investigate if there's a way for you to find out how many points. But for sure, if you go to that link, you can see how many points you've earned on the left-hand side. So the website does have all that information for you as well. So. Okay. Anything else that you guys? Any other questions before we move on to actually what we're going to do today, right? So which is crazy. And we'll go from there. No. I think you do have to log into Stream Elements, guys. So Stream Elements is where, and then we'll have the dad joke. Hold on, Braxel. Oh, and then Joshua Wood drops 10 gifted subs, taking us almost to level 6. Holy moly! Thank you, Joshua. You're amazing as well. So thank you very much for that, dude. W. Joshua. And then again, don't forget, guys, also tips over at Stream Elements also help, as do the other stuff too. So I would go over to Stream Elements and log in, right? That's going to be a huge one. It ignores my buy tickets press. Pastor Drenko, I'm not, people are obviously getting tickets because I'm seeing the tickets happening, so I'm not sure. Maybe you need to make sure you log in and all that sort of stuff. Yeah, that would be kind of cool if the gifter got some points too. Yeah, and it may take a little while for points to show up. I'm not entirely sure as well. So we'll work through it. It's 100 stream element points a ticket. Yes. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, guys, we'll work through it. It just launched, but it's going to be awesome. So thank you. I'm excited. We'll check at the end of the stream to see how it's going. And we're at level 6. Can we get to level 10? And then remember, guys, because remember 150 likes unlocks a $15 new gift card $15 gift card as well. Okay, so let's talk about the next part of what we're actually doing today, because I'm actually very, very excited. So Striking Earth, the points are stream element points, not channel points. They're different points. So understand, the stream element stuff just started. So it's literally, you're at 0. So please go over, log into stream elements, and go from there. So yeah, guys, it's not the points. People are doing exclamation point points. And the draw date is at the end of the month, Electro Dicer. It runs for 1 month at a time. And there we go. Hype Train was level 6 at 62%. And again, you guys, I totally get it that you'll get some questions. Yep. Okay, so go over to Stream Elements, log in, make sure that you're getting your points, because that's the stuff that's important. Okay, now let me do the dad joke, and then we'll talk about today's build. Okay, Brian, why was the belt sent to jail? Why was the belt sent to jail? Come on, he was for holding up a pair of pants. Duh.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so make sure that you guys, while you're there, please head over to Stream Elements. We'll have a website that goes in there. Blondie, it may not be a bad idea to tell people to link their Stream Elements account and all that sort of stuff in there. Okay. Yeah, so make sure you link your Stream Elements account so that way you're earning points while you're here. So you may want to do that. And thank you very much, Jade Spider, for the sub. Okay, so let's talk about today, okay? Let's talk about what I wanted to do today, because today is important. So it is kind of a crappy time to buy a PC. Let's just be honest. In some ways, it just has to do with DDR5, but at the same time, unless you're buying like high-end PCs like Falcon Northwest, I think pre-builts in some ways, they've seen some price hikes and stuff like that, but for the most part, from the PC DIY standpoint, DDR5 has been It's been a little bit of a nightmare for some of us, but one of the things that I wanted to do, and when I chose the build today, originally we were going to do the 4500X build, but I decided to move that to Wednesday, is I wanted to see about, can you still build a really great PC for a great price? And there's a video that we're looking at, because I know there's been this new explosion around $500 PCs, $1,000 PCs, and then $1,500 PCs, and we're doing a deep dive here at Robeytech about what the big difference is. Like, really, when you think about it, is the jump from 500 to 1,000 to 1,500, is that a 2 times? Is that a 3 times? Is that a 5 times? And then in the end, is it really worth spending $500 on a system or saving to get a $1,500 or $1,000 system, and trying to put that in a way that makes a lot of sense? But when I went into the build today, and if you guys haven't had an opportunity to watch that the video that we did over at TwitchCon about a $1,500 PC, I think people are really surprised what you can still do for $1,500. And so one of the things I wanted to do is, originally when you done that Twitch build, it was like $1,567, and I was like, can I do it even with DDR5 prices now? Can I make a $1,500 5070 Ti? In other words, what is something that, and doing it on something with modern components where if I'm gonna upgrade, I'm not having to basically replace, like if I wanna upgrade, I'm not having to replace my motherboard and a bunch of other things. Like, this is something that I can upgrade and still grow with over a period of time. And so when I did that today, the build that I chose today is that. Now, you are gonna see me build with some components that are different, but the 2 components that I'm using that are different are things that you could absolutely still follow along with this video and come away with a $1,500 system that will do what I'm going to do. And that's specifically the NVMe drive, which is easy to replace and change to, because we found one for like 114 bucks. It was really, really good. And then I'm using an 850 watt versus a 750 watt PSU. But again, point being is that I still wanted to do this video because I just feel like it's important to get it out there that you can build systems for really, really good prices. So I'm gonna do something I don't typically do. Before I do that, is I'm gonna show a little bit about how the process was when I look at some of these things. So here you are, you're looking at the PC part picker list for the build that we're gonna be doing today. So it's got a Ryzen 5 7600, it's got an ASRock B650 PG Lightning ATX AM5 board, which if you're saying AMD and ASRock, I just released a video this morning. We did a whole live stream, 2 weeks ago, where we tried to break an ASRock motherboard with the latest BIOS, and we were not able to do it. So I feel very confident, especially with a 7600, that we're not gonna have any issue here in using this board. But if you wanted to spend some extra money on that, I can show you the process of choosing additional parts. We're using PNY XLR8 gaming 32 gigs. This is DDR5 6000 mega transfer memory. You can't, I did try to see some other, hold on. I did see some other options for other memory things there, but in terms of this was like the least expensive bare bones kit that I could get, just because DDR5 is very expensive right now. The SK Hynix P41, this is a 2 terabyte NVMe solid state drive. It's $114. And again, 2 terabytes just kind of feels like the bare minimum for modern gaming. And I wanted to be something where if somebody did this, they felt like they actually got a very, very nice system. And at the same time, were able to use it in all the ways that they could, whether that's installing Battlefield 6 and Call of Duty on the same NVMe drive or whatever it was. So that was important. Wow, Zenu dropping another 10 gifted subs, dude. Thank you very much. And then Zemu, Zagx, and Jade Spider, also thank you very much for the subs as well. So anyway, really, really excited about this. And then I did the PNY GeForce RTX 5070 Ti. This is their OC. So the other one too is that this is the only OC 5070 Ti that was at MSRP at $749.99. Now, we did put in the description, if you're watching over at YouTube at a later point, down in the description are actually 3 other cards, Zotac, Asus, and Gigabyte that you can get for $749.99. Given that sometimes these are harder to get at MSRP, we wanted to get you a number of options as well. And then we're using the Fantex XT Pro, which, by the way, dude, this thing is $60 with 4 fans. $60. It's got, oh, wait, this has no fans. Never mind, this has no fans in it. I just realized that this has no fans in it. So the XT Pro has no fans. What is the one that has fans? This has no fans in it. So we're gonna have to add a little bit. We're gonna add some Thermalright fans to make this go. But yeah, I just realized this has no fans in it. How do I go back? Oh, F11. So Fantex XT Pro, it's on sale right now, $57. Yeah, fans aren't important. Yeah, the XT Pro Ultra, thank you very much. And then the Corsair RM750E. So you will have to add $15 to get some fans in this. Sorry, so we'll add some fans to this to make sure that it has enough air. Actually, it'll be interesting to run it without. I might try it without fans first, just to see what the temps are like.
Maybe
and then
if you have a box fan at home already, you could.
Yeah, you could just put a box fan in it. But yeah. But all in all, point being is that what we've built here is something that is just at that $1,500 mark. We're gonna have to add some fans to it, which, sorry, I thought this had fans, and this is what happens when you plan to build the day before. I wanted to build something that really could be that price. And again, the thing is that as DDR5 prices come down, this will actually only make this less expensive. So I expect, you should be able to get this exact same kit of RAM for about half that price. So when you take the $80, the Thermalright fans that we're going to throw in this here in a second will actually end up becoming cheaper, and then you can still do it for $1,500, which I think is super cool. So it doesn't give any ideas, GT. The Super Ti Super is cringe enough. I do have plenty of fans, Brock, so I'm not worried about fans. I'm going to actually go grab them right now. So anyway, that is the build that we're going to be doing today, and we're going to make sure that you'll see for this amount of money just how much we're actually able to do here, right? From just a cost standpoint, because I think these will be. Actually, I think I'll do these. I'll use the M25. I think there's 2 of them in here. I'm going to see which ones I do. I think this has 2 or 3. Okay, so we're going to do some M25 120s in this, just to make sure. These are good fans. So we'll use some Fantex M25 120s in this, just to get it good. So yeah, I think what I want to do is really just kind of show what you're capable of doing and say that, you know, you can build something within the realm of cost-effective in a really neat way. So that's the focus of today's build, and then we're going to benchmark it and then show it off. So that's really what we're going to do today. Yeah, the XT Pro has one rear fan, which is the fan I see, and then I just match those fans with the M25s, which are the same ones we're going to use for the front 3 fans as well. How much coffee or Coke Zero did you drink during your build? Actually, the build process, when I did this build, it still took 2 hours because, and luckily I have a micro center next door, aka my thing, because again, I was able to pull most of this stuff, and there was only 2 things on this that I didn't have exactly. So I don't feel like I compromised with the build that we're putting out here. I really do feel like we made a really amazing build there, which I think is great. Sorry, the music's getting unvibey, because for some reason I don't know why it's not on the focus here. Oh no, it wasn't. Okay, there you go. So yeah. No, Araxis, we call it the Micro Center. Basically my storage room. So the 9600X, it's 7700 or 70 exactly, but the Dane, $40 cheaper, so $40 is about the cost of a cooler. 9600X, 7700X are also the 9600X is not cheaper. It's $190 something. Hold on, let's take a look here. So if we look here at CPU, the 7700X you need an AIO for. You can't use an air cooler. So in other words, it plus the cooling would be more expensive. The 9600X, when I looked at it, was more expensive at the time. So there's the 9700X is $295. That's almost $100 cheaper. The 7700X is $254. So that's 60. That's So the 7700X is $254. The 9600X is $193. So that's $4 more, but you'd still need to do an air cooler. So if you did an air cooler with that, then you'd have to add another $20, so then it's now $30 more. Because you could do with the 9600X, you couldn't do the 120. You'd have to do a dual fan. And then so neither one of those, when you account for the cooler is more cost it to be more expensive. Yeah. I'm trying to think what else we got. Which part do you mostly focusing on building around? So Rush 101, Rush 1001, really what I'm trying to do is make sure that the CPU and the GPU, I'm trying to get as much GPU, so it's definitely gaming focused. So get as much GPU without hurting it. So the cool thing is this is a 5070 Ti, so it's a 1440p focused build. The 7600 is not gonna do anything in terms of bottlenecking it at 1440p. You might see some of it in higher games like CSGOs and stuff like that, but for the most part, you can play almost everything amazingly with this without any issue and having any risk of one taking away from the other. Oh, just the gifters giving it. Okay. So, and actually, it's when you think about it, that kind of makes sense because again, they're spending the money. The people who are spending the money are the ones who are getting the extra points. So I feel like that's actually kind of fair. Yeah, in other words, Or Chaos is right. You don't use a 9800X 3D for and especially because if just looking at this, if you were looking at the 9800X 3D right here, guys, check this out, 9800X 3D, not the 98900. Wow, learn to type, Robey. Look at the 9800X 3D is $476. Literally 2 times what we're spending on this, and for 1440p, you might see anywhere between 3 and 12% depending on the kind of game. But for the average, it's about 5% at 1440p. Anything else? So Falcon Northwest is not entering. I can guarantee that Falcon Northwest is not trying to win their own PC. Pixel Pusher, thank you for the sub. And thank you for the donation as well. That would be funny though. What's the best price for a 9700X? So looking at, so I'm going to use the. So right now a 9700X is $295, and then this is basically looking at the price across all of these locations. So right now, the best price on a 9700X is Amazon at $295. Hold on, my wife's calling me, guys. You're live. Oh, okay. I'm not live. I'm gonna call her. I'm just gonna let her know I'm live, and then does she need me to? I just make sure this is an emergency. She usually doesn't call me in this. We need a case that shows nothing but the GPU. Hey, I'm live, but is it an emergency?
No.
Hello, I'm live, but is it an emergency? I'm live on the show. Okay, just making sure.
Okay.
Okay.
Sorry, I didn't know you were on the show.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Okay. I know, and I didn't want. Yeah, I know that. Yeah. Anything else that you guys have questions for? Yeah, real amendments. Real. I still have my wife. Yeah, she's still here.
Got to take those calls.
Yeah, you got to take those calls. You take the calls from Mrs. Robey. Yeah. All right, cool. I feel like I answered the question. Okay, cool. So let's go ahead and start the build process, and then we'll move on from there. Okay? And thank you very much. I'm glad. It seems like people are really enjoying the giveaway stuff, which is pretty cool. Not anymore. And then Braxton wants to know where his $50 is. Okay, so here we go.
I spent it all on getting points for the giveaway.
For the giveaway. Okay, so we're starting with our motherboard. We're going to grab our GPU, our CPU and our storage. For this build, I'm using the VP 4300 Lite. If you're going to follow along and you want to do the same thing, you can use the one that I put, which was the SK Hynix one. This one is actually more expensive, but again, your performance in terms of when we do performance testing is going to be the same between this and the SK Hynix, and I want you to spend $114 on that instead. So let's go ahead and pop this open and get this built. There's too much blood in Robey's caffeine system. Oh, really? I don't know what that means. Maybe. My opinion is better PSU is Seasonic Focus. I use it 8 months and it's so awesome. It's so quiet, cool PSU. About 76 Ryzen 7 is better than the Ryzen 7600. Is it cool? It's so cool. The temperature is so low, almost 50. I'm so happy for that. Okay, so Panagotis, I think you're forgetting the point. So the Seasonic Focus GX850, absolutely great. Great PSU. The 2025 model of the RM750E is $89. It comes with cable combs. It's easier to cable manage, and it is also silent. So definitely a better purchase there because you get more for your money. The 7700X and the 7800X 3D are almost $100 more, which makes it way more expensive than, and that doesn't include the price of having to do new cooling. So a 7600 in gaming, the difference between the 7700 and the 7600 at 1440p is almost nothing. So you're spending money for no real marginal improvement in performance. The 7800X 3D, yes, you do see some improvement, anywhere between 3 and 5%, but the other thing too is you do now have to add a new cooler, and you do have to add a new cooler. Sorry, my screen just brought. You do have to add a new cooler, and the second thing too is that it's not worth the performance uplift. Now at 1080p, yes, that might make a big difference, but at 1440p, the CPU is not the most important thing. You want to spend the money on the GPU, which is what we're doing. Yeah, 7700X is just too warm. The 9700X, no, but the 7700X is just too warm. It was not, AMD made massive improvements between 9000 and 7000 series. Stinkable, I see people buying parts, so yeah. But it's also very much expensive, and again, the performance is not where you need it. You don't need it in the CPU, you need it in the GPU. Yes, Magpooler, you are absolutely right. That is exactly the opposite of what we're doing. What's up, Moosey Geek? That's kind of like a whole, it's not closing very well. Okay, there we go. Oh, it's all good. Okay, so let's go ahead and throw our CPU in. Now we are using the stock cooler here, which is cool. Did I really pocket dial you? No, I didn't. Did I really? What? Did I really pocket dial you? I really did. I'm sorry. Sorry. I call it Kelt. Sorry, Kelt. So you're going to see here in just a second why I'm using the 7600 and not any of the other ones is because of this right here. So I'm going to pop this in. There we go. Boom. There it is. And again, all you're doing is for the installation here, guys, the key thing is that when you pop it in here, the rising goes just like this. It only goes in one way. So you can see it just kind of sits in just like that. There's little bumps that it kind of lines up in when you stick it in. And there's a little gold arrow here, and there's a little silver one in the top left. Just going to make sure those align, and then you just pop it right down, and it's essentially good to go. And then inside of the 7600X box, which sounds funny, I said 7600X, the box of the 7600, not the X box, but you have this right here, and this is actually the cooler we're going to use for this. This is the Wraith cooler, which these are actually pretty, oh, this one's a little bit different. Oh, we've used this one before. If you are buying this and you were not watching me, there would actually be pre-applied thermal paste on this, but because I have used the CPU before, there is not in this case. So what we have to do now is we do have to remove the screws here, and then we'll put some thermal paste on this. Thank you, Braxel. This system is going to be more than good enough, and you'll see this. What you're getting for the money for this is very good. I would argue it would be hard to get more for this much money. You might be able to ink a little bit in terms of dropping price, maybe. I know GPU or not, because we're at the bottom edge of that. You could you could go down to a 1 terabyte drive, but I feel like you're sacrificing when you're going down to 1 terabyte. Yeah, I really feel like this is the right way to spend the money. And remember, guys, it's Stream Elements points, not the points that you're getting there. Yeah. So Raxness, the cheapest air cooler, which I looked at, was like $15, and you don't need it. You won't need it. You'll see when we run thermals. If you wanted to spend it on, if you wanted to spend an extra money just to have the aesthetics of an air cooler, but you don't need it with the CPU. Now that we're adding fans, anyway. Sorry about the fan miss. That was a little bit. Wow, Sergeant Nobody dropping gifted subs. Thank you very much. 5 gifted subs. Sweller Van, thank you very much for the resub on Prime as well. And there we go. So here we go. We're gonna. Again, we're trying to be I'm trying to be thoughtful with some of these builds as well, right? Brian's dying. There we go. Okay. So we got some good coverage there. Oh yeah, for sure, Turdog. You could air cool on a 7600X for sure, but this one is like, I'm just saying you don't need it for this. Guys, this couple things. I think sometimes and maybe that's not what Turdog's doing. I think sometimes people just feel like, well, I can get this one for just a little bit more. And you're right, you can, but then all of a sudden you need a cooler. And this one you don't need a cooler. And most people will not overclock their 7600X. Most people do not touch it. They basically are paying for a 7600X, but they're using a 7600. So in this case, we're just gonna you're just gonna pay for what you're gonna actually use. So, yeah, that's my point. Okay, so now what we're gonna do to run this, which is actually pretty straightforward, is you're just gonna take this, okay? You can see there's 4 little screws on here. You're just gonna line them up with the little screws on the socket, just like that.
Thank you, DJ Techno. I barely made it.
There we go. Just like that, and then you're just gonna screw it down. There's big screws here. You're gonna start in the top left, just start it. Go to the bottom right, do the same thing. There we go. And then you do the same thing, just a couple screws just to keep it even. But it's a very, very easy cooler to install. And then you can just finish it out. This one is going to be more than cool enough, especially when we're going to add the other fans. And we're going to make, this is going to be a very simplistic build. We're not optimizing for looks. We're optimizing for performance in this case, right? I did not spend money outside of just the PSU, and that honestly, that has more than one, not only just looks, but also even just how easy it is to cable manage as well. So we're going to zoom in here a little bit. And then up here on the left, you see CPU fan. It's the top one. We're just gonna plug it into CPU fan 1, just like that. And then we're gonna do the easiest thing, which is just gonna kind of curl that up just like that. And I'm just gonna zip tie this. Oop, I have no zip ties. Zip tie this real quick. All right, zoom out a little bit there. There you go. Just to keep it clean, we still want it to look pretty, right? It is not blocking the... Yeah, you're right. I should put the... Okay, so if I were a smart man, I wonder if I can. I think this comes off. Yeah, so you can snap this off, guys. And then just rotate it. No, maybe you, oh, nope, you have to do it the right way. Okay, so we're gonna have to redo that. Okay, so, thought you might be able to rotate it, but guess not. Yeah, you're right. I probably should have done it the other way. There we go. Maybe you can. Maybe.
Seems like that would be an easy.
Yeah, it feels like it should just rotate, right? But no, it really only goes on one. It's got, so there's a little, see this? Oh, I broke that off. Okay, yeah, that wasn't supposed to come off like that. Okay, so yeah, you're not actually supposed to be able to take that off, but I did. So yeah, see, it did pop off. There's 2 little screws. So don't do what I did. Which you can pop it back on. It felt like you just pop it off.
Technically, you can.
You can, you just got to break it. There's screws at the bottom. Okay, so don't do what I just did. Okay, come on. I got it on twice. There you go. It was on there temporarily a second ago. Wow, I really kind of I don't know how I did this. I did it once and then I can't do it again. I don't know if it's locked onto. Shouldn't have taken it off again. Now I'm frustrated at myself. Okay, it just pops in, right? And I actually think that you could you don't need to do this. I think the screws, I think you can actually rotate it after this if you really wanted to. There you go. Yeah, so just like that. So anyway, point I'm trying to make is, you could do it the way I did, which is not the way you should do it, but the right thing to do is install it so the AMD logo is on the other side. So, anyway. Or you could just do what I did and pull it off. What? What am I playing on Apple Music? SpongeBob? What the deuce? Okay. All right, so we got that installed now. Now what we're gonna do is do this, okay. No, it was not assigned to not use this. It was assigned to, if you're doing what I'm doing, make sure that you install the stock cooler the right way. Not that we use this slot and most people won't, but I mean, I'd rather do it, show it right. I really thought you could take that off, guys. I was wrong.
Only kind of.
DMAT, is it in the instructions? I don't think it says to put it that way, does it? There's only 2 ways to install it, which is the funny thing. Okay, so what I'm doing right now is just making sure that there we go. Thank you very much for the bit donations, guys. And I'll remind people again, don't worry, the thing is that it's not like you miss out, right? Like as we watch more, as this will be going for a month, right? It's not like you're gonna miss out if you, the most important thing and the thing that Blondie, I really want people to do is to know that they need to go link their Steam Labs account, right? So they start earning points right away. I hope so, Braxel. It seemed like dude, it was so funny when my dad did that one year. Like, you guys were crazy when my dad was like, was Santa Claus. Like, you would think that the real Santa Claus had showed up. You guys were insane. It was so funny.
The way Glenn talks about it, you'd think he'd want to do it again. So
oh, he does. He absolutely does.
Totally do
yeah,
that.
We're absolutely going to have him come back and do it again. He wants to do it again, guys. He knows you guys loved it. Yeah, sorry, not Steam. Steam Elements. You want to make sure that your Stream Elements is linked. Okay, so we got that now. I thought it was the real Santa.
Glenn actually reeks of beef and cheese.
There is no link to buy tickets. You can earn there's a couple ways to earn tickets. You can subscribe. That'll give you 500 tickets right away. The second option is to watch. You get 10 tickets every 10 minutes. I think it's 10 tickets 10 points every 10 minutes. Or if you're a subscriber, you get 20 points every 20 minutes. So over the course of you get 20, you get double. You get 20 points every 10 minutes, right? So you would actually, at the end of a stream, at the end of 5 hours, at the end of a stream, you'd have enough for a number of tickets, right? So, which is cool. And then you can do things like people are donating. So if you did $5, you'd get 500 tickets. And then you could do bits as well. So either one of those things end up being an option for getting tickets for the giveaway. All right, so there we go. So we got this all installed now. She chose, what did she choose for the...
I think it's on 95.5.
95.5. It's my favorite radio station. I actually have no idea what 95.5 is. And by the way, the point command doesn't work with the bot. I don't know if is it because we have 2 bots running? Do we need to turn one off, Blondie? Or can we make it something else for Stream Elements? Or you need me to look into that? She can let me know if I need to look into that. This one's like you.
Zoom out a little bit.
Okay, yeah, let's zoom out. I'll save that for the kit here. Zoom out a little bit. Thank you very much for the happy partner.
Can you see?
I haven't put the click in yet. I'll do that here in a second. Okay, so zooming out for the ticket there. For the click here. There we go. Yeah, there we go. Okay. 95. I feel like this is going to do it. Yeah, the channel points are still for dad jokes. That's right. Okay, here we go. 92.2. That actually sounded like a really good click, though. Okay, here we go. Next one. And again, we're putting this in slot A2 and B2, which actually, you see there's a little diagram right there. It's actually very hard to see, but gonna give that one in there, and then nice 95.5. It was exactly 95.5.
There you go.
So again, just putting it in there, those clicks that you're hearing are actually from the two slots. All I did is pull both of these open, and then you slot them really in. It's pretty straightforward in terms of installing this, and then we're good to go. So there you go, RAM is in. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna install our NVMe drive. If you have the SK Hynix drive and you're following along, this is gonna work very well for you as well. So it's gonna be the exact same process. Yeah, we gotta figure out, I just need to figure out how to turn it on. Okay, so we'll pop this open now. I think it's only one. Oh no, there's two. There we go.
I think we might be glossing over the fact that Blondie was extra right today.
Oh yeah, she was like perfectly right.
Yeah, like couldn't have been more on.
I mean, she should like go, like join the lottery.
Well done there, Blondie.
Yeah, Blondie.
Yeah,
Even a clock is right twice a day. Okay, there we go. I'll see if I can get a Stream Elements one going in there. Okay, there's that. Okay, so all we're gonna do now is if you look here from the top down, there's a little slot in the little NVMe slot, and this will be the same on the SK Hynix here. And you're just gonna line it up with your little slot on the motherboard. Just gonna push that in like that. And it'll act like a little diving board when it's in. You'll see there's no, there's nothing to hold it down yet. What we're then gonna do is make sure that you peel this. Mine's already peeled because I've used this. Actually, I have no idea why this is already peeled. It shouldn't be. But we're gonna take this, and then what you're gonna do is you're just gonna set it right back down. Like so. And you're just going to screw it in. Pretty straightforward there. There we go, that's lined up. And screw it all the way down. And just make sure when you're done that it's all, that it is actually in. It doesn't feel like it's all the way in here. So we're gonna... That's weird, okay. Doesn't quite feel like it's working the way it... Okay. Looks like it's a little bit higher here, so I'm just gonna... Okay, there we go. There we go, and there we go. There we go. Okay, so now it's all locked in and good to go there. So we have everything in. Making sure that's solid. Okay, that's solid. Okay. Okay, cool. So there's our NVMe and everything. And so now our motherboard is 100% ready to go. And this actually, for 129 bucks, does include an integrated I/O shield. Wow, and you actually get a lot of USB for this as well, which is actually pretty cool. So yeah, impressed so far. Okay, so now we're gonna go to our case. I think it only is when you do it at the time, Braxel. I'm not sure. I think you have to do it during the course. So when you do a renew this month, then it'll give you the 500. I don't think if you're subscribed, you automatically get 500 points. But you are earning 2 times the points, though. Okay, so we're gonna pull the inner peel here. There's my inner peel. I've got lots of inner peel here. Okay, there we go. Okay, so, and then we're gonna pull this one too. Hey, Giovanni, thank you very much for the sub. Hey, Mr. Quest, thank you for the Spanish happy anniversary. There we go. Okay, so all that is here. Pull this all through here. Grab our there it is. There's our little box. Pop that back in here. So this little box, oh, sorry, Brian, I should probably show. So this little box back here, there's a little metal drive tray. So what I did is I just unscrewed this drive tray, okay? Then you just unslide it out, and then this box was just sitting in here, so I just took it out. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna slide it back in, and then screw it back down. That's all there is to that. Okay, and then here's all of our cables. We'll take care of those after we get our Mobo in, but what we need right now is what's inside of here. So let's go ahead, last thing we're gonna do, pull off the bottom here. That was scary. And then let us quickly grab our M25 fans and get these installed real quick. So we're gonna put 3 fans, that'll give us plenty of airflow. But I am curious, what we'll have to do is we'll unplug the fans and just see if you actually need the fans. I'm curious if you do. The case does come with a fan, the rear fan, yep. And the other thing too is I like about these fans is these fans are actually daisy chainable and they come with an extension, which is really nice. So I don't know if we don't have a link for these, but we'll definitely get a link because I didn't realize you need 3 fans, so yeah. What's the difference between a 5070 Ti and an RX 4090? Well, 5070 Ti does have multi-frame generation. And then a 4090 is more powerful, for sure. So 4090 is a more powerful core card than the 5070 Ti. That's kind of the biggest difference. So it actually comes with 2 extensions should you really need them. I think I only need 1, so I'm gonna put the other one in here. And then it actually has all the fan cables, which is nice. We'll put all these on the inside here. This is great. Just like that, perfect. So now what we're gonna do is just undo our things and then they'll all daisy chain up and then it'll make it really easy. And I'll probably just use the bottom to run the fan, which I think will be the best way. And the case is stuck on the, there we go. Yep, it's taking the focus. Okay, pop this out, there we go. Okay, so now we'll go to your camera because so what we'll do is we'll want to have these down. So this will be, we want this to be off the top, okay. So if I do this and then they go like that, okay, that's right, okay. Just got to make sure I put the fans in right. So when you're putting in the fans, if you're using the same M25 fans, you're going to have the extension towards the bottom and you're going to have the fan cable towards the top, okay? And what I'm going to go ahead and do, just to be smart, is go and daisy chain these all together. And then we'll take this longer cable, which they gave you 2 if you need it, which is nice. We'll find out if we do. We'll take this longer cable, and this will come off the top like this. There we go. Okay, so there's all of our cables ready to go. gonna grab a drink and keep it going. Is it worth upgrading from a 4090 to a 5070 Ti? No. I would say that does not. Okay, then we're gonna do, so we've got all these twisted together now. We're gonna do a little thumb magic. Get the first one started here. There we go. Semi held it in. Once you get the first two screws in, should be fine. There we go. Whoops, see, okay, that was good. There we go. Perfect. It's going to be able to sit there. It didn't break anything. Oh, that's backwards. Still backwards, but didn't break anything. Okay, there we go. So there's all our fans. And these fans are actually making it really easy to do the install. There we go. Let's do this one more time. And all of our fans are in, and I can just do the last little bit here. Just want to make sure these are lined up. There we go. More in the top corner. Okay, now before I get too far, and I've got all the fans like initially screwed in, just want to make sure I have a way to run this one cable out and through. It feels like right there. So what I'm going to do, remember that extension I plugged in. I'm going to pull that through right there, right? There we go. And there's my fans. Okay, so I got one cable for my 3 front fans, which I think is great. That makes it easy, right? So now we know that everything is wired okay. Is it worth upgrading from a 5070 to a 9070 XT? Bookstrap, I would just basically say that you need to look at the games that you're playing and see if there's something that the 9070 XT would do. That you need it, that the 5070 isn't giving you. Because, I mean, only really you can answer that question. If the games you're playing are great, there are going to be bonuses to both, right? And then I'll go through the new PC giveaway again when we do our sponsor segment right in the middle. I'll go through it one more time so people can get up there. But just remember, guys, head over to Stream Elements. Hey, thank you very much, Known Silence. Head over to Stream Elements and hit that like. And I mean, link your Stream Elements and Twitch so you can start earning points towards the giveaway. And this is why I love my tech specialists. Like, you have people like Org who's like, he's on it, dude. He just knows. Okay, so now all of our fans are installed. So we have all of our fans. We have 3 fans for the front, 1 fan in the rear. Pop that down now, just like so. Make sure we're centered. We might want to zoom out a little bit. Thank gosh for Brian. Okay, so now what we're going to do, take our whole Mobo, slide it just right in here, just like so. Make sure that you're not catching this rear. So Brian, if you could show them right here, this rear fan back here, there's a little cable. You just want to make sure that your IO shield isn't grabbing onto that. Sometimes that'll get trapped underneath the IO shield. But right now mine's good, so we're good there. And then, so that's the only thing I'm doing is just making sure that this little cable right here is not trapped by that. And then there's a little, in here in the center part, this little screw hole, it has a little bit of a lip in it, and this is what locks it in. So it sits there in the center nicely like that, so you're not gonna get any wiggle or anything like that. But this is gonna get plenty of airflow now This has way less RGB than I thought it would do. Now it has almost none. I think this actually has only what's on the Mobo, so there's not a ton.
Not going to be able to tell if it's on.
Yeah, you're not going to be able to tell it's on, other than the fans are spinning. Now, one thing I love about Fantex cases, dude, is check this out. This right here, man. Brian, look at how many zip ties you get, dude. You get so many bloomin' zip ties, dude. Which is crazy. So, yeah. So anyway, it makes me happy. And I'm all that matters, right? Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna grab our thumb screws now, our screws for this. You can actually put rear bottom fans in. I don't need to, so I'm just gonna pop these in here. And then pop this in here like that, perfect. Okay, so the screws that you actually want to get are these little small ones. They have little lips on them. So they're pretty easy to see. And they have little lips, so those are the ones you're going to want to grab. And then you're going to basically put in screws 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's 9 places to put screws, okay? And I always start with the one right here, and you don't want to over tighten them. They should just go in very nicely, just like that. So you can see it just and then when you get there, just barely tug on it. You don't want to over tighten these screws. I know, I do need zip ties with my logo on it. Same thing here. There we go. Okay, right here. Thank you, Fozzie. There we go. This music is very folky. Will you like it?
A lot more singing than we're used to.
Yeah, yeah.
So I don't know if we just filter out voices or...
We'll have to keep seeing.
Yeah.
So have you guys, so if you on Stream Elements, even when you're logged in, you're not earning any points? Honestly, Pyro, Tice, both of them are fine. It's a wash. The easier one is the 9700X is easier to cool, so you're probably going to spend less money on it for cooling and stuff like that. Hey, thank you for the JRS Beebs. Thank you very much for the sums. Remember, guys, it takes 10 minutes. Do you guys like the system? Do you like? I feel like it rewards just people hanging out, right? Like it feels like it's good, and it's not overly buy to win. You know what I mean? There we go. Perfect. Okay, so there's the whole Mobo. All of the screws are in. It's not Bob Dylan. Maybe it's Bob Dylan hour. Just a lot of singing. The end date is December 1st. We'll draw the winner on December 1st. And then, or sorry, well, yeah, the last stream, it'll be December 1st. The first stream in December, we'll draw the winner. And then the new one will start that time. So, but your points carry over, which is cool. Okay, so that's all in. Now what we're going to do, Brian, is we're going to do our front panel connectors. Okay. So first one is, I'm actually going to go ahead and take this. This is the fan for the front 3 fans. And I'm actually going to just attach, there's another fan hub, fan connection right underneath this one, which is CPU fan 2. I'm going to run these off of the same thing because I just want the air to get more. So we'll run these off of this one here. So we're going to connect that right underneath it for now. If you're good enough, I'm going to unplug this one first, plug this one in, and then plug the other one in. There we go. Plug the other one in. Okay. So that's our front fans plugged in. Now, these are actually zip tied back here. Kind of surprising. Okay, so the next one on here, there is no USB. Oh, there is USB-C. Oh, but it's attached to the USB 3. I remember that. Okay, so we only have the USB 3, which is this one right here. So our blue one with the little divot thing. This is going to go out right here. And it's going to plug in right here. And this is going to be for the USB-C and USB 3 on this case. Next one we have is right here. This is our front panel. It actually says F panel on it. So that's going to come down. And ooh, I wish it doesn't quite have the room here to do, so we'll have to go out to the side. Oh no, it should be able to go underneath. This doesn't quite have the room of the other. So it's going to come right down here, and it's going to plug right in the far side here to cover all the front panel spots. So there's our front panel. Next one we're going to do is our HD audio, which has the ketchup and mustard, says HD audio on it. That one's going to go all the way over here to the right, pop up, plug in right there. Okay, there's our HD audio plugged in. And then the last one, this one's interesting. This is to the rear. This is to the rear fan. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you this back here, Brian. So you can see that actually all of these were zip tied. I'm just going to disconnect this zip tie right here. Okay. So these were the pre-installed ones. I did not install those. I'm going to take this cable and I'm going to disconnect it from here too, which I think is, yeah, it's bent in here. Pull that bent out, go like that. I'm going to run this right through here, like so. Okay. And then right here, you'll see it comes out right here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to run it underneath, all the way through here. So it comes out the bottom. And then right under here at the bottom, you can see it right there, is a fan header. I'm just going to connect it to this fan header right here. There we go. And that's our rear fan. Okay, so there's a rear fan taken care of. And you can kind of slip it off the edge here. I'm going to go like that. Okay, so now we can do our cable management for the back, get this squared away and clean it up, and then we'll go from there. But there's all of our front panels connected. The PC is actually really close to being done already. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're now going to work on making this look nice. We got so many zip ties from Fantex, we'll use their zip ties instead of mine that Zotac sent me. Okay, there we go. Just like that. There we go. And this is going to come up here, just like so. It looks like we actually have a little bit of a cable point right here. So I'm going to use 2 cable ties here. I'm going to take all these out because I want to be able to just grab them. Opening a drawer every time. Ain't nobody got time for that. Okay, so we're going to do this one right here. Tighten that up. There we go. And then we'll do one more just to kind of clean this little section up too. Yeah, I'm in step-by-step mode for this one because I just feel like this one is going to be one that people want to follow. So I want to make sure for this one, I'm extra step-by-steppy. you know? Which I know sometimes can be annoying, but I don't know, man. This is a good build. This is actually a good build for people to replicate. So I'm sorry if it's a little bit more step-by-step than normal. Okay.
New Kids on the Block, step by step.
Yeah. Okay, so what we're going to do here is we're going to pull this one. And I'm showing you guys a little bit about the cable management. So I'm just going to get this one started. Grab this cable, kind of shove it in here. Oh, that was... How did that... What did, oh, it's backwards. Okay, so get this one started, pull it taut. What I'm doing is trying to make sure, the key here is making sure that none of these cables show up through any of these little windows, you know what I mean? That's what I'm working on here, so I'm just gonna go ahead and do this. I know it seems weird for one cable, but I just don't want any cable showing. There we go. Okay, takes care of that one. And then now we continue our long journey down south as we finish up our little spline here. I'm gonna have to go this way, I think.
Congratulations in French.
Ooh, thank you very much for the French. Thank you. Okay, so there we go. And if you want to get in on the PC giveaway, guys, again, it is worldwide. We only pay for US shipping, but it is worldwide. And then all you got to do is connect your stream elements to your Twitch to start earning points for the giveaway. And then subscribing, all those things help you get more points. Thank you, Hamburglar. I am trying to make it magical. Just want it to be pretty. That's a perfect length for this one. This we're gonna have to do, I think we're gonna have to do like this, yeah. So this one we're just gonna make sure it gets out of the way. In here. Oh, you got to go to Stream Elements. We'll have a link. Blondie, do we have a regular link that goes out pretty regularly that shows people where to... Oh, there it is right there, the Stream Elements link. I know it's going to be a big question for a little while. There we go. Just gonna make sure this looks pretty. Do one more kind of here, just to keep it even. There we go. And we're gonna do one more down there. And we'll have all of our cables up there squared away. Okay, so there's those. Now what we're gonna do is up here. Okay, it feels like maybe the right thing is to do it here. There we go. And then I'll just, for now, do this, and then we'll zip tie the rest of this down when we do the CPS cable. Really? I completely missed a whole section of that wire. Poor guy died for no reason. A poor...
Justice for Bob.
Yeah, justice for random zip tie who gave its life for no purpose. Yeah, exactly, Araxness. Okay, there we go. Okay, and then like I said, we'll zip tie this down with the other cable when it comes, but right now we're going to keep it loose. Okay, so there's that. Get these cleared. And we'll try and hide some of these cables with the cable from the PSU. Okay. Yeah, one more. Sorry, I just ran out of Griffin hands. Uno más. Okay, there we go. Zip tie, initial cable management finished. There we go. Okay, so we have all of this in now. Looks good. It's very easily, it's cable managed, all that sort of stuff. So now what we got to do is we got to flip this over and run our GPU. PC's looking very basic. Let's be simple. Let's just be honest. It's very basic right now. But you know, it looks clean, right? There's no cables pointing out anywhere. It's just very just clean. So now we're using, and one of the things I like about this particular this particular GPU is this is the only OC one that's, for some reason, this one is actually MSRP. So this is the only MSRP OC 5070 Ti. It's from PNY, so it's $749.99 for this card. But we also have links for if this happens to be sold out, the Prime one, the Gigabyte WindForce, or the Zotac also have 5070 Ti's that are MSRP as well. So. It is a triple slot card, so it's got a beefy freaking, it's not a small card. Pretty crazy. So what I'm doing right now is I'm just putting all the, there we go. But I mean, like, dude, it's a thick card, right? For a 5070 Ti. But no RGB. So we don't need, the good thing is that you need very little overhead on this system as well. You are literally just maximizing for performance here on this build. Yeah, it's a thick card for 5070 Ti, but okay. Okay, so now what we need to do is we need to remove 3. So what we're going to do is we're just literally going to follow this over, and it's going to lead to this one. So that's the one I'm going to start with. There we go. Yes, guys, thank you for the patience. Like I said, we're trying to figure out what we need to answer, what we don't need to answer as we go through the FAQ. So there we go. There's our 3 things for it. We made you decide to wear one of the 4 flight suits for Mod Workshop or Halloween night. What costume ideas did you workshop before you found it? So honestly, I had lost enough weight that I wanted to wear the flight suit. So I was actually really excited about that. I will say the flight suit ended up being a pain in the butt for the mic thing. That was actually really hard, the mic and the other stuff. So honestly, the only 2 that I was deciding between was the flight suit and the Hufflepuff. I think the Hufflepuff would have been easier from a miking standpoint, but I honestly had worn it already, and Brian was like, look, we got to challenge you a little bit and have you actually wear more than just the same costume every year. So we'll have to see. I mean, it's a brave new world as I continue to lose weight, right, to see what other kind of fun things we do. I kind of want to wear one of those blow-up dinosaur ones, but that's hard. There's also, I saw a really cute alien abduction one. That could be kind of fun. So we'll figure it out. We got time. Ooh, this card is long.
I've got a giant pink dinosaur that I wore for the girls.
Okay, so all I did here is, again, there's a single slot here. Very easy. You just want to line it up. It'll pop right in. Sometimes it can be a little nerve-wracking, but pretty easy to kind of pop in. And then all you're going to do, once you kind of pop it in, just going to screw it in. Definitely a thicker card. There we go. A lobster. I think it should be a lobster. Yeah, size. And this one, it actually, I think filling out the case is actually a bigger win. But yeah. Definitely a blacked out build I've got here today. Okay, so 5070 Ti is in. Everything there is looking good. I'm a little worried. Is it gonna sag? What do you think? It doesn't look like it is. You think so?
Feels a little leany, but I wish there was a better way to test this.
Yeah, we need to get a thing. Okay, so if you had something like this, guys, and you wanted to, there are, and we'll put a link down in the description below, there are inexpensive sag brackets. I mean, we're talking pretty inexpensive little sag bracket options that you could use. We'll throw one, we're not going to use one in ours. We're going to use one of the ones that I have. And what they essentially do, these are the ones that come with like Asus GPUs, but we'll put some links. I'll get a link added for inexpensive sag brackets. Okay, I gotta be smarter than this. Okay, and then you're just gonna put it in the corner. Just tighten it up there. There we go. Does that look better? Okay. So there's a number of them. They're pretty inexpensive. It's up to you if you care or not. Obviously, we try to be premium here, so if we can throw in a sag bracket just to make it look a little bit better. This case does not include a sag bracket, so unfortunately, that's the thing about a budget build or a budget case, is that you're not going to get a lot of extras. And sag brackets, I mean, somewhere around $7, $8, right? Yeah, so like a little stand. Yeah. Hey, Rakizzle, dude, that's awesome. Thank you very much, buddy, for the sub. And then make sure that you guys get in on that giveaway. Like I said, it's going to be running for a month, so just, get your points. Be here for the streams. Watch. That's what we want, right?
Might be worth mentioning that you can get a subscription with your Amazon Prime account. Like
Yeah, Prime subs. I don't know. Is anybody, Master Killer? Thank you very much. Has anybody confirmed that with your Prime sub? That is one thing I don't know. With your Prime sub, has anybody noticed? Do you get the points? I think you should, but maybe I don't know if anybody's noticed that. So I don't have the answer to that. So I was going to ask. Prime subs don't look like they count. Okay, has anybody with a regular sub done it? But you do get the benefit of 2 times. So you do get the benefit of the 2-time entries, you just don't get the 500-point bonus. So you do get the benefit of the 2-point. Yeah. So you do get the benefit of the 2 times, though. So you are earning points faster. If I win, will you ship me a Robeycat stick to place on it? Sticker. Oh, yeah, absolutely, yeah. Oh, it's so Jade Spider said my Prime counter for 500 points. Okay, so looks like a gifted sub said not. And then we have a dad joke question. Okay. What's up, Z-Fats? Okay, so here's the next dad joke. Some people can't distinguish between entomology and entomology. Entomology. Oh, I can't. Okay, some people can't distinguish between entomology and entomology. It says they bug me in ways I can't put into words, which is the play there.
That's fun.
It was
Something that actually makes you think a little bit.
Yeah, it did.
I like that.
We don't actually think very much. Brian specifically. Can we have a couple people? Okay, I have a prime and a gift. Neither you seem to count for 500, but I'm at 40 and growing. Okay, has anybody else? Can somebody else use? I don't get that one. Oh, entomology, ENTYMOLOG, and ENTOMOLOGY, which is bugs. Ent is the breakdown of words. If we can have some other Prime subs try, that would be huge. Yes, thank you very much, AZ and Video. Thank you. Well, my mind was not working. Okay, so what we need here is we only need a couple cables. We need this cable, and we need, not that one. And this will, if you're using a 750E, it will be the same cables. And so the only cables you'll need the 16 pin, which looks like this, okay? You need the 16 pin cable that looks like this, okay? And then you'll need the 24 pin, which has the big one with the little cable comb on it. You'll need that one. And then you'll need the one that literally it's split with 2, and on the other side it'll say, oh, it doesn't. Oh, it'll say CPU on it. So the one that says CPU. Hey, Sergeant Nobody, thank you for the 5 gifted subs. You're amazing. It'll say CPU and it's split with 2. Those are the 3 cables you'll need out of here. And then, of course, the power cable. And you'll also need the screws. There we go. So there's something I forgot. There we go. Oh, there we go. So Ender's World is you're getting the bonus of the sub. It just we don't know if everybody gets the 500. There we go. So there's that right there. So regardless, if you want to get the double the points, using the gifted sub is definitely the win there. There we go, guys. Okay, so now what we're going to do, pop it up on the top mode. So grab our 16 pin. And you're going to take the part that does not have the cable comb, and you're going to plug that in. Just like that. Perfect. You're going to take this one, which is split. That's going to go into one that says labeled motherboard. There we go. You're going to take the CPU one. You're going to plug that into one of the slots on the CPU PCIe. Make sure it's the one that's not labeled CPU. Just plugs in right there. They only plug in one way. The only one that won't is the 16 pin, which will plug in multiple ways. And then what we're going to do is we're just going to take this, making sure that the fan is down. Slide that right into the bottom there. It's going to be a little bit of a push. You got a cable to kind of push through it there. And there, just like that. Just like so. We're gonna grab our 4, and then what you're gonna do for these is you're just gonna start them. Don't tighten them all the way in. Just start them, so that way, if the PSU shifts, you don't have to unscrew it all the way. There we go. There we go. And then once you have them all in, now you can tighten them down because the screws will go in all the way no matter what. Maybe I'll go to this one. There we go. Perfect, and last one. There we go. Okay, so there is that. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna take our cables. So first one we're gonna take is our CPU, our double CPU cable. Plug that in right there. Put it underneath the far right one there. Then we're gonna kind of hide this like that. So there we go. So there's that one. Then we're gonna take our 24 pin, pop it out right there. That's gonna plug in right here. There we go. Make sure it's solidly clicked. There's that one. And the last cable, let's see what we got. Looks like we actually have a little hole right here, which is great. Just gonna run that through the little hole right here. It's gonna come up right here. It's gonna go whoop, just like that. Pull that down. Okay, so there's all of our cables now. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna work on the cable management. The only one that I do when it's straight up is this one. And the reason I'm gonna do this while it's straight up is because you really want this to make sure it's, this 24 pin is really tight, okay? So grab your cable, then once you get this one kind of placed, you're gonna be fine. Oh, well, it'd help if you put it in the right way. There you go. There we go. Okay. So just make sure it's nice and straight, and then give it a solid. There you go. Now it's nice and straight. So we have a very, very clean look from the front. Okay, so now we can pop this down and finish the process of our cable management here. And the secret here is just to hide the other cables so it looks like it's, you know, we don't need 50 gajillion here. So the more that it looks like there's less cables, the better. There we go. There it is, and then keep it going. There's another one right there. We're just going to kind of have these follow along. Make it look clean, right? That's what you want. You want a clean looking build. And we'll have this follow this one. Do a couple zip ties on this just to make it look like there's less cables.
Dead Gamer has a good question.
What's that?
Is interference a possibility having the power cables next to each other?
Not for the kind of shielding and stuff on this one. No, that's it. That's actually a good question. There we go. This is just about aesthetics at this point, just to make it look good. There we go. Okay, now the key thing is now we want to make this bottom part look good. the other key thing is that we also want to make sure that this down here, this 16 pin, the 16 pin cable is very, very tight. So now what we're going to do, just make sure that's super tight, and then we'll do one Uber cable. I need to grab one of my Uber zip ties for it. Longo zip tie. And this will just be to kind of clean up the bottom. Make sure it's the right way. Plenty of room here. Tighten that. There we go. Now we have a need to pull a little bit more of this in. Make sure it's very tight. I just want to make sure that that one cable is very tight. Okay, and there we go, guys. And then we'll just go to the front here real quick. Looks like we're going to need one more zip tie around the bottom here, just to kind of make it look nice here. And that'll kind of clean up the last little bit of this. And there we go, guys. We have a very clean looking build. Okay, let's finish our zip tie cuts and then call it good.
Predictions.
We have the zip tie. There we go. Oops. Very easy to cable manage here. I think we'll need a couple more little zip ties just for aesthetic reasons. I mean, who cares, right? It's all about making it look pretty.
Well, if they were going to pick odds, now they got to pick evens, depending on.
Well, no, because if it was odd now, it'll be odd again.
If it's 2 or 3, I mean, you could throw off somebody's whole mojo.
Well, it's my mojo. That is true, though. If I've ruined your chance of winning now, I'm sorry. I'm doing whatever is best for the build to look the best. Oh, really? There we go. I think we just need one more right here. I did go a little crazy on the zip ties, but it is to make it look good. I feel like just one right here just to clean up this little smooth area here. There you go. I think that looks good, guys, right? What do you think? Clean from the, it'll look clean from the front and the back, right? What do you guys think? Yeah. You guys like the look? Looks nice and clean, and I'm glad you like it. Yeah, we want minimalistic, right?
If we ever do a Back to the Future build, we gotta have like a flux capacitor in the back.
Oh,
that's
yeah.
cable managed with the Y. That would be cool.
Okay, here we go. Ugh. There's the front. How's the front look? Front looks tidy too. Straight there, straight there. And like there's not a lot to this build, guys. And even like looking down there, right? Like look at that, like even straight down there, right? Like it looks clean even through that little clean zone down there. It also looks really nice. So it's all one kind of bundled thing. So there we go. Let us seal it up. I don't know what else I was gonna say there. I was like, I don't know why I got stuck on that. I was like, seal it up. Boom. Throw the back on. Yeah, this is one of those ones that helps to, just because of the way it sits. Joshua, I don't know if I have a favorite fan size or anything like that, but I don't know, 120 is fine. I mean, 120, 140. This will do 140s, but I think the 120s are going to be fine. I will say one thing we are going to test on this is we are going to unplug the front fans and do a thermal test to see if you actually need the fans for the 7600. It'll just be an interesting test, but yeah. Okay, let's do our sponsor and our zip tie count. And then we'll go from there. Okay, here we go. Dude, we did use a lot of zip ties. Yeah. As comparatively, but yeah. Here we go, guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, there's 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, there's 25, 28. It is even today, 28, guys. 28. That was a lot, comparatively. For as little as no RGB, 28 zip ties, it was all about making the build look clean.
Front 3 fans only had one.
Yeah, one connection. It was all 28 that I used in the back to make it look super clean. So yeah, there we go. Okay, let us do our sponsor bit real quick. Okay, hold on. Let me bring up the... Okay, so first thing we're going to do... Yeah, go ahead. So first thing we're going to do, talk about VIP/CDK deals. Well, you know, we made every dollar count on this build, right? So it was all about getting $1,500. That's what we wanted to spend on this build. It was no more, no less. And we inked out every single dollar, even using the stock cooler to make sure we could happen. And that is what we did. The other way that you could do that is also by using something like VIP-CDKdeals.com, where a copy of Windows usually costs around $100. But as DDR5 prices come down, maybe you leave it on unactivated for a couple days, and then, you know, or for a couple, you know, until DDR5 prices come down, and then you're able to get this plus a copy of Windows 11. So here we can take a look at Windows 11 Pro, given support's gone away. $33.02 here at VIP-CDK Deals versus picking it up at someplace like Best Buy for over 100 and something bucks. Hit buy now, and then use code RBCK at checkout. Hit apply. What was $33.02 drops down to $23.11. So that takes it from $1,497 to $1,520 with an actual Windows 11 key as well. So, and on top of that, you can also do it for Windows 10, which is a little bit less expensive. Obviously, there's not further support there. And they also have copies of Office 365 if you're interested with that as well. But again, use VIP-CDKdeals.com. Great opportunity to save some money on Windows and all that sort of stuff as well. So thank you very much for them for sponsoring today's stream and giving us an opportunity. And again, we use them with all of our builds that we purchase or that we do for commissions and everything else. So they're a great product, and again, they're legit. They are OEM versions of the keys. So again, if you want to get something that's as long as you don't change your motherboard, then you shouldn't have any problems. And you'd still need to buy 5 copies of Windows from VIP-CDK Deals to get one that's that you might get from someplace like Newegg. So very, very cool. And we've done some stuff there. They're legit, all that sort of stuff. Great customer service. Literally thousands of people here on Robeytech have used the service. The last thing I want to talk about before we get too far is our brand new giveaway, which people are entering and tickets are being purchased. It's only been live for about an hour, but already 184 tickets purchased and 47. We are giving away a Falcon Northwest. Oh yeah, we are giving away a Falcon Northwest frag box. This is a Core Ultra 7 265K and an RTX 5080. The way that you get in on this, just watch. Watching the stream every 10 minutes gets you 10 points. Unless you're a subscriber, then every 10 minutes gets you 20 points. You can also get 100 points just for following, for the first time you follow. Also, non-anonymous tippers, you get $100 points for every $1. So if you want to get 5 tickets, that'd be $5. Cheers, 500 points for $5 for 100 bits. And then subscribers, when you subscribe, it looks like your Prime subs also work. You get 500 points for a Prime sub. You get those extra points as well. There are a maximum of 50 tickets that you can buy. We might up that. We'll see what people do. But 50 tickets you can buy per stream that runs for per giveaway, and it runs for the entire month. Now it is worldwide, but the only shipping within the United States is covered. So if you're outside of the U.S., you do have to pay the tariffs and the shipping if you win it someplace else, etc. Just to give you an idea, we did configure this earlier. Here is the system right here. It's a frag box. Again, you can see it's got 2 terabytes of NVMe storage. It's got a Z890 Aorus M. It's got a 280 millimeter AIO. It's got 32 gigs of RAM, an RTX 5080 FE, and the total cost right there is $4,437. And we'll show the frag box. We'll show it next week. We'll have it next week. You'll be seeing me game on it, all that sort of stuff over the course of the entire month. And all you got to do, guys, is watch. So watching gets you extra points, gets you points to enter to win, and then we draw the winner in the first week of December, and then we'll be giving one of these away in November, one of these again in December, and then we'll be giving away a Falcon Northwest Tiki, same thing, Core Ultra 7 5080. We'll be giving that away in January. So yeah, this is the one that's ending on December 1st. So anyway, guys, all you got to do is watch, earn points, subscribe, earn points, gift, sub, tip, all earn points towards winning this amazing PC. And again, huge shout out to Falcon Northwest for sponsoring this stream and being so amazing, and for being the sponsor for the next 3 months. And like I said, we'll be showing this off and all that sort of stuff here on one of the streams here in the future. So should be really, really cool. Yeah, so I think that's it. Now we can turn it on. Robey, did you exactly how actually hold a bat when you were shooting the thumbnail image for the AMD breaking video? No, that is not AI. That is actually called having a very talented graphic artist, and he did it. Not only if there's actually 3 versions of that thumb, one with me holding a flamethrower, one with me holding a sword, and one with me holding, what's the name of the bat?
Oh, Lucille.
Lucille from yeah. So there's 3 different ones,
Dead.
which is from Walking Dead. So there was actually 3 different versions for that one as well. Okay, guys, so it's time to test this system. Give it a go, check the thermals and all that sort of stuff.
Will it post?
And then will it post should be already happening, because we did do the... It should already be going there. Yeah, really good chance to win a $4,400 system. 4,400. 5080 C. I don't remember what it was. It was over 4,000.
I thought it was 5,000.
No, it's 4,000. 4,400. Yeah.
You said 400.
Oh, sorry. DJ Techno, that's a good question. I don't have the answer for that. Yeah, I don't actually know what the I don't remember if we did do some holding ones, right? I think we did some holder ones. No? It was all done via graphic artist, yeah. Matt, by the way, Blondie, we did do the dad joke already. I need to get more water. Faith Makes a Way says, make it 6K and I'll enter. Okay, so here we go, guys. Getting this this put in. There we go. There we go. And there is the build. And here we go. Let me put these away and then we'll get it turned on. Yeah, it's not channel points, guys. It is Stream Elements points. You do need to go over to Stream Elements. Well, there's instructions that come via bot. You just need to go and link your Twitch account and you'll start earning points. So please make sure you do that. St. Paul, it depends. I feel like overclocking has actually gotten a whole lot different now with this new generation. So I don't actually know if I have any good recommendations. You could ask over at discord.gg/Robeytech because they may actually have some solid recommendations for you. Here we go. It doesn't have a window. It's actually partially see-through. No, maybe it's. No, it isn't. It's complete. No, you have no view into the PSU. It doesn't. Sorry, you're right. Okay, here we go. The winner will. I think we'll draw it on. I think we should be able to draw it on the stream. I'm looking, but I get to draw the winner, so you should be able to see it. Not you get to do it on their website. So I will figure it out. But it's very similar to Gleam, and the PC is on. I just kept talking right over turning it on, but it is on. You don't see it being on, but it is on. The fans are spinning. There's a bright light, a bright red light, the only RGB in this whole build.
It's just R, it's not RGB.
They do not need to be on the stream to claim, no. We're not doing the get. We are doing, I don't know, how many likes do we have on YouTube? Oh, it's posted. We are posted, guys. There it is, guys. Yuri, you got to be linked to, how many likes do you have on YouTube? Yeah, it's beautiful, no RGB, guys. There is no RGB on this one. You can do final B-roll now. It is.
Already did.
It's the color it already is. Yeah. Okay, so let us go ahead and what we're going to do is we're going to do 2 thermal tests. Okay, we're going to do 2 thermal tests. We're going to do 1 thermal test with. We're going to do 1 thermal test with the fans, and we're going to do 1 thermal test with without the fans. I don't need this. I need to wait for the GPU to install. Hold on, guys. It might have installed. Let me throw this in here. So we want to see if you need the actual fan. That's a good question. Let me let Jasmine know that. Okay, let me see here while I get this all squared. Display you can keep doing your thing. There's the build. It looks really good. I mean, it is all stealthed out. Oh, sorry. Yeah, sorry. It's we still have. That's how our team communicates during streams, right? So. Gotta log into my Steam here real quick. Yeah, the air cooler, the whole thing actually came together really clean. You know what I mean? I have to say, I'm really happy with I'm really happy with how it came out. Okay, gotta log into my Steam real quick. It's a very clean looking build. Okay, let me do Steam login. There we go. Thank you for the partner anniversary, guys. All the people telling me thank you for the partner. And don't forget to get in on the giveaway. How are we doing likes on YouTube? Sorry.
$107.
107. Come on, guys. There are more than enough people. If we get 150 likes, head over to youtube.com/Robeytech Live. There's 300 plus people here already. So just head over to youtube.com/Robeytech Live. Hit that thumbs up button, and we'll do another giveaway that just goes in there. Okay, so we're gonna test the thermals on this real quick.
Do you want to do airflow at all?
Yeah, we'll do it. I mean, like, so we can just show it. But we're gonna test it with 2 different modes, and then we'll go from there. Okay, let's go to, it's running at 63 right now, but it is running Steam. So.
Do you want capture?
Not yet. Okay, file advanced. I gotta accept the license here. There we go. File advanced. Okay, 10 minutes. Here we go. So we're gonna put the cover on. So put the cover on. Do a little peely, Brian. Do a little peely. Peely. Hey, peely. There we go. There we go. Ooh, yeah. Looks good. Boom, there we go. There we go, a little peely there for that. And then let's go ahead and go start a test. Okay, so we're gonna see what load is here right now. 76. 81, and we can go to capture for now, yeah. 87, I don't think this would run without the 88. It's still okay, right? Like, it's still running in there with the stock cooler. It's gonna run warm with the stock cooler. $90, so remember we got a 95. So maybe this will cap out. Definitely would have run without, definitely needs to run without the, you definitely need the fans. We don't think we need to test that. Oh, there it hit CCD, it definitely capped out there. So this is like barely working on the stock cooler. So it may be worth the investment to spend the $15 to go to the tower cooler. It's $17, by the way, for the tower cooler for this. Now, gaming is not going to be anywhere near this, right? We're not going to have any issues with gaming temps. And again, this is not, this is really kind of focused at gaming, but I want to show you worst case. DMAT, thank you very much for the subs. And Central as well, thank you very much for the sub as well. Yeah, I think what we do is like, I just do the Phantom Spirit. So the one that I'd recommend, let me go grab it real quick. So it's $17, or you can go to $30 and go up to something like the Phantom Spirit. And that would give you more thing, but this one right here, this is $17. Tower cooler from Thermalright, the Assassin X Refined SE, the 120 SE. So this one right here. It'll actually also be quieter. It's just as easy to install. And we'll probably end up with better temps here. Because you can see here it's actually maxing out at 95. So when if you're doing any really heavy load, you would definitely want to see, you're definitely going to, it looks like it's not really made for loading. Now, let's test gaming, because I'm guessing gaming is going to be nowhere near that. So we'll stop this. Let's install GPU tweak. Not tweak. But again, I am going to say, like, if you're trying to save money, this is still going to work great for gaming, which is the focus, right? We're trying to stay under $1,500, but you can spend a little bit more. Yeah. If you're trying to spend a little bit more and be able to use it also for, like, maybe also some heavy CPU tasking, and actually the volume's a little low, right? I mean, a little high. I would say the only thing is the volume's a little high right now. Okay, so we're going to go here. There we go. Documents. Yes. So yeah, I think if I were okay, I'd spend the money and go to I'd go to the Assassin and spend a little bit less. I mean, spend a little bit more. And it definitely got quieter.
A lot.
Yeah, a lot quieter. Because now it's just doing stuff. Now we'll see how it runs. Let's see how it runs with gaming, because we'll see if it's manageable versus gaming. Okay, so I'm going to wait for the other part of the install to finish. So we're just getting the other stuff. Okay, waiting for the install. It's almost done, guys. Okay, come on, finish installing.
We've gone through the parts list, right?
Yeah, we have a number of times, but I'll show it one more time. So here's a parts list that we did in today's build. We have an AMD Ryzen 5 7600. The cooler we used was stock, right? Remember, we were trying to save all of the money we potentially could, so this is what we did, but we showed you what an alternative cooler would be. For the motherboard, we're using the ASRock B650PG Lightning ATX, the AM5 board. We have a PNY RTX 5070 Ti. The SK Hynix P41 2TB 2280 NVMe. We have the 32 gigs of 6,000 mega transfer PNY XLR8 RAM. We have the Fantex XT Pro, and we also added XT M25 fans. And then the Corsair RM750E was the PSU that we were recommending here. And so yeah, it should work. It should work really well, guys. We're almost there to the point. So let's hit the last little bit of those points so we can unlock that giveaway. Okay, and then we're almost done installing. There it is. Let's restart. $50 tickets you can spend on the giveaway, not points you can earn, Blondie. 50 tickets. You can buy a maximum of 50 tickets per month. So, not 50 points per stream. Stream you can, as long you can earn the maximum point, as long from the beginning. What triggers the Yeah. Okay, here we go. So now, okay, so we got GPU tweak. We're just going to turn on the OSD, and then we'll see how it runs from a gaming standpoint. Well, there's still more stream left. You get 10 points you get 10 tickets every 10 minutes. So, okay, so there we go. Let's go to our OSD, just preview it, make sure it works. So right now we're sitting at 68, so let's see what our gaming temp is like. Change my display settings here. Let's go to 125. There we go. Okay, check Steam here. Oh, we don't need to. Sorry, we don't need to do an airflow test. You're actually good. Sorry, everybody. Let's say goodbye to Brian. So say goodbye to Brian. Sergeant Nobody, you already have 50 tickets. Did you get 500 points for every sub? Oh wow, that's crazy. $10 gifted subs would get, yeah. So yeah, I guess that's true. Wow, that's crazy.
Also, happy birthday, Figment. Thanks for joining us.
No,
Sky,
Squay Cool. That was why we limited the number of tickets. That's why we limited the number of tickets. So that way if somebody just watches the stream, you know what I mean? And we stream enough, they could still get near max. And I will tell you, as somebody who's done these giveaways for a long time, even though you might have 500 entries, with as many tickets that get bought, you will never, like, there is a chance that the one person who does one can win. You know what I mean? I think it's 50 tickets total, Sergeant Nobody, is what we started with, but we might up that. That's okay, Miss Lee, that's okay. You'll get 100. Yeah, exactly, in need of temperance. Like, the thing is like sometimes it's like it's luck. There's always luck. So, okay, let's take a look here. We're gonna start with the good old, well, first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna get rid of the post some Cyberpunk on here. We might up it. Yeah. So Giovanni, you go over to look for the link, and then you go over there, and then you can buy tickets. Yeah. How we doing on likes, guys? And then just be here. Watch the streams. The stream is this is how you watch your streams. Yeah. There it is, right there. Okay, jumping in. So we'll see how this does at gaming and see what the temps are like. There it is. So again, look at how CPU temp is fine. So for gaming, you're going to be fine. There we go. So it gets up to 85, but it's still, you got plenty of room here. So if you wanted to, if you did not want to spend the money, you do not need to. Try and hydrate again. I don't have enough water, guys.
Good morning, Night City!
Okay. I drank all the, there's so little water. Okay, so again, we're sitting at 80 for the CPU temp. Okay, so let's go Ray Tracing Ultra. We're gonna go to balanced. And we're at 2560 by 1540. Let's run the benchmark and see how it looks. And then what I'm gonna do, I don't have a water person, unfortunately. Bring on the vodka, huh? So we're running right now on this $1,500 system, 98 frames per second. CPU temp is 82, and then the GPU temp is, the GPU temp is sitting at 55. So the GPU has no problem. Yeah, dude, look at this. I mean, like, this is the thing, right? You're playing max out, $1,500, maxed out. Yeah, it's double for subs. Yeah, this is like so good. And like, again, the build is like, I mean, let me ask you guys a question. Should I show you guys, should we throw this other cooler on here and then show it with the other cooler too, so you can make the decision? And there you go right there, 95 frames per second. It's running ray tracing on Ultra, 2560 by 1440. Like it is, yeah, it's so, I mean, like, that's why I love this thing, right? Okay, so let's do this. Let's see the volume. Let's get the volume down. Let's throw the other cooler on this and try the other cooler real quick. And just see what the difference, because the volume is there, right? The volume is low. I mean, it's pretty much there. So let's just try this other cooler. Okay, so let's shut it down. It will be. So we saw, like, we were maxing out at 95. It's going to be just as simple to install, and then that way we can show people. We can show people, like, what, like, if you were to just spend the $17 on this cooler, what the difference would be. I feel like that's a better play. That's a better nice thing. So let's pop this up. Still beautiful, beautiful with the other cooler, but let's see if we can make it a little bit nicer. So all you got to do is unplug this right here. Oops, let's go to top down, sorry. Plug this right here. Here we go. Just going to remove the stock cooler. This one. Move this one too. There we go. Okay, so we had, I mean, obviously the good thing is if you look at this, we obviously had really good coverage, right? For the CPU and everything like that, so we're good there. So let's go ahead and just clean it off, and then we'll switch to this other cooler. clean off the thermal paste here. There we go. Really quality thermal paste too, so stock coolers have their limits, right? That would have totally worked. I still agree that if you're looking at this and you're thinking, oh, Robey, did I need to? You do not need to do this. For gaming, you're not going to hit TJ Max as long as you're okay with the loudness and the volume. This would be a perfectly viable solution. You just have to understand that you have to be okay with what you get, right? We used NTH1 or NTH2, sorry, from Noctua. Now the thermal paste, I'll actually use the thermal paste that comes with the Thermalright. So that way we'll even simulate like it. That way you didn't spend your own money on your own thermal paste. You just use what came with the cooler. So we'll say, hey, if this is something and you didn't want to buy thermal paste, again, saving the absolute maximum amount of money. Okay. So now what we're going to do, guys, let's go to, oopsie, get rid of that. Set this out of the way. Here's our assassin. Now, the good thing is this isn't going to be a whole lot of extra work here for you to do it with for AMD, which is good. So you need this, the same bracket for AMD and for Intel. You'll need your little red and your little gummies and screws. You'll need these two little clips. Then we're going to grab our thermal paste from Thermalright. So we'll use the thermal paste they gave us. And then you'll need and then this, I've already taken the thing off the bottom here, so just showing that that's not on there. There we go. Okay, that's everything we need to do this. Pop this all over here. Pop this back here. First thing we're going to do, let's get these little jellies. They're going to go across like that, like that, like that. Then we're going to take our things. I'm just going to verify, look at this real quick and just verify which direction they go. Okay, they're going to go wide. They're going to go on the edge here. Like so. It's awesome. Tighten that down. One more. There we go. You see, this is pretty easy to do. I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. It's you kind of put the screws to the edges like so. Like that. Snap it down. Get it up straight there. There we go. Same thing with this one. Okay, there we go. Okay, now, just to make sure we get the maximum amount of coverage here, it's going to do the 9-dot method, right? Just to make sure it spreads correctly. So I'm just going to do little small dots across the entire HS. Instead of one big P dot, you just do 9 smaller dots, just like that. Okay, then you take your cooler, pretty straightforward, just like that. Take your screwdriver. Go. Same thing on the other side. Just get it started. On this side, get it started until it stops. Okay, there's that. And then you're going to take your one fan. It's going to plug into the same place as this other one up here. CPU fan header. Just like that. Take our little clips here. One goes there. One goes there. Okay. Put it up against the edge. And there we go. And just like that, our new fan we have our new cooler. That's all it took. Sure, our cable's hidden, which is great. And there we go. Now we have new fan installed. We're good to go. Okay, so now just put this away and see what the temps are now. Yeah, I know the RAM prices are going to the moon, but we showed you a kit. This kit is 164, right? Still keeping it at the sub $1,500 budget prior to the cooler, but now with the cooler, it's a little over $1,500, but still very, very impressive. And then, yeah, when we go over here, there it is. I still, thematically, you look at the side here, still a very clean build, right? That looks really nice. Still all dark, no RGB, and yeah, should be great. So this one is adding a $17 cooler, and we'll see what the difference is here. There we go. Grab our stuff here. Ugh. And it was like what? How long did it take me to do that? Yes, it does. It's the person who pays that gets the points. But you still get the benefit of 2. You still get the benefit of 2 times, though. Ooh, that is way quieter. Way quieter on that, on the overall volume already, just with that new cooler. And there we go, guys. 5-10 minutes to do that giveaway. Okay, so let's do the giveaway. Blondie, why don't you run it for the YouTube stuff? Why don't you run the giveaway? Okay, wow, that is so much quieter. Okay, so we're going to load up. Let's go to capture. Let's run CPU ID here. And let's check Cinebench. Ten-minute test. Give it a go. Okay, it's spinning up. Yeah, okay, so we dropped it just with this cooler full, like so much. Look at how much lower that is, guys. So much lower right there. You're talking about like almost 20 plus degrees lower. And I think it's gonna stay at 69, 70, pretty much there. And the volume from the system itself is so much quieter. Yes, so much quieter in all cases, right? So that is, you are making a big difference in terms of the overall temps there. This would be much more manageable from an audio standpoint. And that was a $17 upgrade. So yeah, no problem whatsoever. And then this one at this point in time, you could use the 7600 to do streaming, encoding, anything else that you wanted to do, and not have any problems whatsoever from a gaming standpoint. Hey, Tedgar, congratulations on the $15. Yeah, but I mean, like even then, I think Org, you would say that even this would be an upgrade even above the one that comes with the 7700. So yeah, this is going to be fine. This is not going to get anywhere near top. You're not going to have any. You're not going to have any. You're not going to have any. You're not going to have any thermal throttling, and your build is going to be so much quieter. Okay, you think it's about the same? Really? You think it cools as well as this one does? Yeah, worth a little bit of extra cost in my opinion. Okay, so let's stop that. We'll check one more thing. Let's do one more game test here. So that showed you with the new cooler, the underload. Let's check game testing real quick. Oh, wow. I did not know that, Org. Okay, so popping this up. Sorry, Ragnarok, but don't worry, we have them like, we'll have these giveaways pretty regularly, so there's always a chance. Okay, here we go, settings, graphics. We're gonna go ahead and do same thing. So this right now, the CPU temp's down in the 60s. So do the exact same giveaway exact same test we did before. And remember, it was 80s and much louder previously. Now we're living in the 60s and the GPU temp is in the 60s too. Yeah, no problem. This is way cooler. Is it cooler than you? I don't know, Nathan. I'm pretty cool. Oh, I must have frame gen on because I'm getting 294 frames per second. I don't remember clicking that. But our CPU and GPU temp is beautiful. And there you go, guys, 270 frames per second. I did not know that I'd done that, so let's turn frame generation off one more time. And then we'll run it one more just to... And there, that's more standard right there. 100 frames per second. So yeah, no problem. Temps are great. Volume is great. I mean, this, like, I feel like that just one little change, that $17 change, just made a big difference just in terms of quality of life. Yeah. Looks good, right? There it is, guys. And there we go. That is our build. So I think we did a really good job today. I think we did a really good job of not only just showing you, you know, maximizing your budget for a 5070 Ti build, but also I think we just did a good job of showing you, like, hey, here's where, you know, like, hey, recognizing that, hey, we may need a little upgrade here just to get the, the volume down and the temp down. But, you know, like I said, if you are okay with the noise, right? Like if you put it below or whatever it was, then, you know, the other system, the other way we played it was absolutely viable, especially for gaming. If you were going to do anything like video editing or something like that, then adding the cooler like we added would make a big difference, and probably something you should consider. But this is it. This is our basically leanest modern part 5070 Ti build that we could build. Obviously, with DDR5 prices being what they are, you know, it is what it is, but this is it. Anyway, guys, that is it for today's stream. I want to say a huge thank you, obviously, to Falcon Northwest for sponsoring this month's PC giveaway. Congratulations to everybody who's been earning points and all that sort of stuff. Thank you for the partner anniversary stuff as well. All of the gifted subs, you guys are amazing. I really appreciate all of that. Also, I want to remind you, we are back tomorrow, 11 a.m. for Keyboards and Gaming. Moving forward on Keyboards and Gaming, we'll be actually playing on the Falcon Northwest Fragbox system. But tomorrow we're going to be there building another one of those awesome Maker 75 cases and probably playing some Arc Raiders. So that's going to be happening tomorrow at 11 a.m. from 11 a.m. to 1. Then we're back on Wednesday for a Corsair 4500X build. So that'll be happening on Wednesday. And then, of course, then I don't know. I don't know about Thursday. Thursday we might do some more gaming or something like that. TBD. We might do some more Arc Raiders, and then Friday we're back with an Intel Mod Workshop. Thanks to MSI, who's going to be sponsoring that. We're going to be giving away a PC on that stream, and you can always watch and earn more points towards the Falcon Northwest giveaway as well if you watch over here at twitch.tv/Robeytech. So anyway, guys, that is it for me. Have an absolutely amazing rest of your day. I look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow for Keyboards and Gaming, starting at 11 a.m. Pacific time. I'll tell you guys, bye, guys.
redemption.